This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories. And welcome to my review of Archer Season 14, Episode 8, titled Breaking Fabian. But before I go into it, I do want to mention that I think that an Archer movie will be announced this Friday. If you didn't watch this on cable, it did say in one of the commercial breaks, which I caught you before I was about to fast forward, that there will be a special announcement about Archer at New York Comic Con this Friday. But since they did say it was the final episode of Archer before the episode aired, I think that it is going to be an Archer movie that is announced to finish it off because this ends with, well, a cliffhanger ending, and I think it's clear that we're going to have it resolved some way with the fact that they said there's some kind of Archer announcement. So I think that we will be getting an Archer movie announced this Friday, but we'll see if I'm right or wrong in just over a day. And going into this episode, honestly, it was a solid episode. Again, I think that this season was not intended to be the final season because, really, with the exception of the ending, this just felt like the average episode of Archer. It didn't really wrap anything up and clearly was trying to set up another season. So I think that they learned that this was going to be their final season really late into it, and they just asked to get a movie or something as part of it, and they agreed, which is, again, we don't know there's a movie yet, but I will not be surprised if in just under a day we learn that we're getting an Archer movie. But with everything, we got to see the return of Fabian, some great stuff between Archer and everyone. And yeah, honestly, it was a really fun episode. It was interesting to see, and everything was really entertaining. But the thing is, as I said before, it just left a lot to be desired to continue watching because I think that, as I said, this was not intended to be the final season, and it was canceled with them not knowing that, and they somehow managed to convince them to be able to do at least something to finish the story because there was no resolution with them only learning that all spy organizations that are, not government sanctioned and are more independent have 30 days to close down until they're made illegal. And obviously, a month is, I mean, it is a decent amount of time, but especially to like a movie or a show, it's not going to be too much time. So I think that this is a great setup for a movie, but I honestly think that if this just turns out to be the final thing Archer ever, it will be really disappointing because it resolved really nothing. And although it is a solid enough episode, it just didn't wrap anything up. I think that it is a real shame that they did cancel it, especially if we don't, as I said, get a movie because I don't think we're getting any more episodes. Or else I wouldn't have said at the beginning that this was the final episode. But I so hope we get something interesting announced at the Comic Con tomorrow, New York Comic Con, and honestly, I think it'd be awesome to see a movie. But honestly, I want to know what you think. What do you think of the finale? And what do you think about the chance of us getting a movie? Because, as I said, this episode it really was nothing special or unique. It really didn't resolve anything, and I would be a lot more disappointed if I didn't hear that announcement that there will be something about Archer announced at New York Comic Con because I should have been really disappointed with how this ended because nothing, and I mean literally nothing, was resolved with this finale besides the fact that they'll be going, well, out of business and their jobs will be made illegal in just under a month, but that has happened before, so who really knows? Also, Fabian was really fun in this episode and played off well with Archer. I think that was just an interesting thing to have them kind of stuck together through the entire thing. And him cutting his hand off was pretty good, and also to see just how high of an ego Fabian had and thinking that everyone liked him when no one really did. Because, yeah, honestly, I think that this was just a really, it was a fun episode, but didn't really deserve to be the finale. I think that, again, if they have some kind of movie or something come after this, just to resolve everything, it'll be fine. But if it doesn't, then this would be really disappointing. But I want to know, do you agree with me? Do you think that there will be a movie or something announced tomorrow? Or do you think that this is just it in the end? Because there is the thing that they said they're going to be announcing something about Archer tomorrow. Not sure what. What is it? I'm assuming it's a movie. So let me know if you agree with me or not. Please let me know in the comments. And I'll see you on the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.